Hello, my name is David Dunlap. Today, I want to talk to you about my topic of alternative fuel sources. So let me ask you, so do you want to help the environment? Maybe you want to help our country. Well, then we should talk about ethanol. Now, you may ask yourself how you come to this possible. How could this possibly help me or our country? Well, then you should know that ethanol is a surprisingly cheaper alternative than gasoline, meaning that it's not going to hurt your wallet as much as if you buy regular gas. Surprisingly, it's cheaper than gasoline. Plus, the major fact I personally like a lot about ethanol is that it's a renewable resource, meaning that we're not going to run out of it anytime soon like a traditional fossil fuel. There are more than one type of there's more than one type of alternative fuel source, like solar, electric, wind, nuclear, and so on. But the one that I'd like to talk and discuss today is a certain type of alternative fuel source. I want to talk to you about mainly ethanol. Now, most of you watching this video will have heard of it. Some of you may have heard it called something like flex fuel or E85. Now, they are the same thing. Flex fuel isn't really the type of fuel your car's ability to run, but it's your car's ability to run multiple types of fuel. Meaning you can run things like regular gasoline, whether it be 87%, 90, 81, or 89, 91, 93 octane rating, or E85. Now, 87, 89, 91, sometimes you hear that called regular, premium, plus, things like that. Now, you may not realize this either, that pretty much every car on the road these days, they already use at least a small percentage of ethanol, like somewhere around 10% or less. Now, that isn't enough, to be considered helpful in greenhouse gases or in the environment, but it's more so used for the cleaning properties found in ethanol. Another idea is that if you don't already have flex fuel, but you'd like to run it, with today's technology, you can install flex fuel systems into vehicles not originally made for it. Now, one of the biggest contributors to using this ethanol is that it can be grown here in the United States. Now wait, you may ask yourself, grown? How do you grow gas? Well, in case you didn't know, ethanol is in fact corn, meaning we can give it back to our country by buying domestic. So by buying corn and making ethanol, we can reduce our reliance on foreign countries' oil. So, jobs. Producing a lot of jobs is a big one here. Just in 2017 alone, ethanol helped with making sure that over 71,000 people had a job, adding roughly $45 billion to our economy and bringing home around $24 billion to our households around the country. Next thing I'd like to discuss is lowering of emissions from burning fossil fuels. Now, whether you're burning ethanol or typical fossil fuels, meaning gasoline, they both put off carbon dioxide. Now, you may ask yourself, if they both do that, what's the point of using either or? Well, the point is that when you burn ethanol, the carbon dioxide is in turn used by the plants or factories, in this case, to regrow corn. So you're using your fuel to, in a sense, grow more fuel. It doesn't work that way with gas. It's pretty neat to think about that. So in 2017, gases were reduced by about 34% when using ethanol produced by dry mills. So that means plants making ethanol captures the carbon dioxide and they use it back up. So it's not like you're actually putting any more carbon dioxide into the air. Now, quick fact, you may think, what's a dry mill, right? Well, it's a process where you grind the corn into a meal, and then you slurry it with water, which forms a mash. You add enzymes, you help to convert the starch to a sugar, and you cook it, cool it, and ferment it. Then you separate it. You add something that's going to take away the fact that it can't be drank. Because you can drink ethanol if it's 100%. You want to make it undrinkable. And once that's done, you're ready to ship. Now, while it does take more fuel to go as far as you can with regular gas, you save money in the simple fact that ethanol is a lot cheaper. So, other than the added benefit of it being cheaper, other benefits of it may be that clean burning fuel for the environment is that you can produce more power in your car. So, not only does it burn cleaner, burn better, produce less negative emissions, smog, But the fact of the matter is, it's a better power producer for your car. So if you like to go fast, hey, ethanol is the way to go. And if you stop to think about it, you probably have watched things that run ethanol, meaning performance vehicles. Now, can you think of something? Maybe NASCAR or other type of motor vehicle racing. All right. Now, the next thing is, it's the nice thing about ethanol is that it brings security to our nation of not having to worry about whether we can get our oil from somewhere else. According to a survey in 2017, the United States imported an estimated 19% of our oil that we use for transportation. So that's 3/4 of our oil we use for transportation. So the more alternative fuel sources we have, the less oil we'll need for transportation. Now, a common argument to this kind of suggestion for people that say, oh, I don't want to use ethanol, or, oh, it's got to be something bad. There are negatives. One of the biggest arguments is that using ethanol for fuel, when we could use it for food. We all know the argument that is with a large number of the world population either starving or hungry, that we could put it to better use. And that's probably true. But we need to do something about that as well. Now, you can look at it like this. Fossil fuel, petroleum is a finite supply, like land and water. Now, we decided that we could use corn to take the strain off of oil. Well, while it worked, yes, when you start to run out of land, water, corn becomes more expensive. Thus, that makes food more expensive. Thus, corn becomes more expensive. So, corn is used for a lot of other things as well, such as animal feed, fuel, and human food. So, while something that may have looked to be in abundance is in fact not so. So, what do? Well, I suggest we start with ethanol to help us curb our smog and greenhouse gases in our atmosphere to start. Then we look at another better alternative fuel sources to that, like electric or solar. Another argument against the 85 is that they lower the number of miles per gallon you can get. So some records can show anywhere from 10 to 30% less miles per gallon, but it's cheaper. So in conclusion, I think that we need to concentrate on finding another more reliable, infinite fuel source. I say we start with ethanol and we go somewhere better from there. So I'm going to leave you all with something. I say that I would like each and every one of you to think about what you can do for the environment, whether it be small or large. Whether you decided to buy a car or you already own a car, think about hybrid, electric, or just even taking the possibility of public transportation. I just say, think about what kind of world you want to leave for someone that comes after you, whether it be a child, yours, or someone else's, or even a stranger in the world. We all want to leave it better than what it was when we came into it. Thank you.